The opinions expressed in the following programs are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers Cable or Rogers TV.
Welcome to Building Georgina on Rogers TV. I'm Mayor Margaret Quirk, and I'll be your host on this show as we travel across Georgina, visiting various projects the town is doing, whether it's road construction, park improvements, or other capital works. We'll be showcasing what the town is doing across Georgina. Today, we're at the new multi-use rec complex here on Woodbine Avenue. This facility features a 25-meter, 6-lane aquatic center pool. It also has a double gymnasium, it has a walking track, we have the Discovery Branch Library, and many other community spaces. So today we'll be meeting with the Director of Community Services, as well as the Manager of Community Services, and the CEO of the Georgina Libraries. And they'll be taking us on a tour of this beautiful facility. Let's get started. There's a lot to see. We're here in the Discovery Branch of the MURC Library, and I'm joined by Val Stevens, who's the CEO of Georgina Libraries.
Hello.
This is amazing. You must be so thrilled with how this has turned out.
I am so excited to get the community in here. It's such a fantastic space, and we have so much to offer them here that we can't offer anywhere else.
That's very true, and I know the Discovery Branch is a bit different, but I do see some books around us and some computers. Maybe tell us a little bit of what the branch has that's typical of a library, and then we'll get into what it has that's unusual.
Sure thing. So yes, we do have a small collection. Everybody can still get their books here of all ages. You can also pick up your holds here from anywhere in the Georgina Public Library system. As at all of our branches, as you mentioned, we do have some computers for public use, and of course people can bring their own devices to access the Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's good. And I see we have some outdoor areas. That's different than other branches.
Yeah, we have reading gardens. So we've got them kind of divided by age. There's an adult area reading garden, there's the teens in the middle over here, and then the kids reading garden down at the end. Just a bit of a connection with the natural space and giving people the opportunity to be outdoors while they enjoy library materials.
So tell us, what makes this a Discovery Branch? What makes it different than the other branches in Georgina?
For sure. It's our maker space, and we are so excited to finally be bringing this to the residents of Georgina. We have all kinds of technology and creativity, handworking tools, lots of things that people can explore and use their imaginations to create new things.
What's your favorite?
I think I'd have to say my favorite is the Glowforge. It's hard to pick just one, but the Glowforge is an engraving machine. So it uses a laser to engrave on all kinds of materials. You can use plastics, you can use wood, you can use leather, and you can create all kinds of things. You can connect pieces together and make something larger, or you can make something like a keychain.
Oh, that's neat. And I know there's a recording studio over there too.
There absolutely is. We've got a green screen, so you can do video recording. We've got all kinds of audio equipment. We have an electronic drum kit. We've got some professional microphones, we have a keyboard, so people can record podcasts, or they can record their music. It's going to be a lot of fun for people of all ages.
It's a lot of hands-on for the kids to really get into making things, not just learning about things and talking about or reading a book, which is all great things to have in a library, but it's really getting hands-on.
That's right. It's about technology literacy, not just book literacy or language literacy.
Good. And I see we have some other small rooms along the side here. Maybe tell us a little bit about those.
We sure do. One of the things we heard from the public as we were doing the consultations for this building is that they wanted some quiet spaces. As you, of course, know, libraries are no longer a place where you go and the person's telling you to be quiet. It's a very active space. So we wanted to provide some spaces for people who need it to be a little quieter. That could be for people who are studying long distance. It could be for virtual job interviews. It could just be a place to escape all of the noise that's around you, whether you're here at the MURC or even at home. If your home is a busy place, you can come here and have some quiet time.
There's a lot of people working from home. Sometimes home isn't a quiet place, and you know, the doorbell's ringing, the dogs are barking, the kids are there, so it might be a place to come in and work for an afternoon or do that job interview.
Absolutely.
Or for students to study ready for that important test. So
that's right.
And then there's another meeting room available as well.
There is. We've got another meeting room just as you enter the branch. It's got full virtual capabilities there as well. So you just plug in your laptop and it's plug and play. You can have the big screen with your presentation or your movie on it, and a nice meeting table with lots of comfortable chairs.
So some of the programming, it will be different than in the other branches. So with the makerspace, is it you just drop in and use the equipment, or do you have to book a time or a class? How do you do that?
All of those options will be here. So we have a drop-in schedule, so people can just pop by and they'll meet with our makerspace programmer and get a bit of an orientation on the equipment and ask any questions that they have. You can email or call and book a one-on-one appointment if you have something specific that you want to spend some dedicated time on with the makerspace programmer. And we will have some programs like make a mug or use the 3D printer. It'll start off as mostly introductory programs as people start to get to know the space and the machines a little bit, and then later on we'll start offering some more advanced level programs. Yeah.
So from a business point of view, can a business come in and rent a space and produce a commercial or produce a product using some of the makerspace items?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we do have a cost recovery fee for using everything in the makerspace. So it would more likely be used for something like creating a prototype to see if you want to buy this kind of tool for your business, or if you had, you wanted to make some promotional materials like a keychain for your business. You might come in and print off, 100 or 200 keychains and pay for that by the cost recovery fee.
Well, you must be really excited, and I know the grand opening is happening soon, and we're going to have lots of people coming in here. So congratulations on a beautiful facility, and well done on bringing this to Georgina.
Thank you, and thank you for all of that you've done to bring this wonderful place to Georgina. It's really been a group effort
team
with
effort.
Everyone at the town and all of the external contractors, and I am so excited to welcome people into this space.
Me too. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to go over to the Aquatic Center, and we're going to meet and talk with Patty White, and she is going to take us through all the various amenities of that part of this beautiful new facility. We're here in the Aquatic Center, and I'm joined with Patty White, Manager of Recreation Services. Patty, this is amazing. I'm just looking around here. It's incredible. You must be so thrilled with how this has turned out.
We are. We're so excited. We can't wait to see have swimmers in the pool, having a lot of fun, a lot of laughters, and also learning the safeties and learning how to swim for the first time.
Oh, I know. Maybe explain, we've got looks like three different areas of swimming. Maybe step us through and tell us what the different spots are.
Sure. We are standing at the MURC, the multi-use recreation complex. And in this space that we're looking at right now is called the Aquatic Center. So the Aquatic Center here at the MURC consists of 3 pools. So we have a leisure pool, which is a 2-depth leisure pool, ranging from 3 feet to 4.5 feet. We have a therapy pool, which has an amazing jets for that therapy need. And then we also have a 6-lane, 25-meter lap pool. 6 lanes make us qualify for actually being able to hold meets. So we do have a local swim team in Georgina, Georgina Rapids, and so if they choose to, this is a location where we could potentially hold meets.
I see there's a viewing area and some other areas along the side.
Yeah, this design here at the MURC is an on-deck viewing area for the parents, as well as the lobby looks in from a lot of viewing points from the lobby, but definitely on viewing deck for this location.
Okay. Now, the question I've been asked is, what's the temperature of the various pools?
So your 6-lane, 25-meter lap pool is at a temperature of 82. The leisure pool, which is, as I mentioned, is 2-depth, it's 90. And then your therapy, which is has jets, is 94.
Now tell us about the showers and the change area.
Okay, so the change areas, they're universal. So it's not gender specific, but what the design behind it was to ensure that any of our clients, any of the people that are using this space can come in and have their privacy. So whether you're a single father with your daughter, you can come into that space. Whether you're, coming in with your family, or just coming in, youth coming in to change and have a public swim. So it's designed for all to use, but the privacy is there. So individual stalls for the washrooms, and in the washrooms there's sink inside with the toilet. As well, we have 8 individual private stalls, and then 2 accessibility and family-sized stalls. So in
That's
total, they're
to
mirror
change.
image. Yeah, they're mirror image of each other. So there's 20 in total.
And then there's the accessible area as well for the larger area with the shower.
Yes, so if you wanted to have a private shower, there is that lockable room that you can do that. And we also, exciting for the accessibility, we have 3 adult change tables on site here.
Right.
So we have an accessibility washroom, family washroom on deck with the adult change table, and then we have 2 in the change room areas.
So showering before you go into the pool and after you get out of the pool is on deck?
Yes, it's on deck. So you basically come out of the 2 change rooms, and then there is 12 shower areas there. So definitely showering in before you go in and showering when you come out.
Now at the leisure pool in Sutton, there's that area upstairs that parents can rent for parties. Is there anything like that within the aquatic center?
Definitely, we're able to rent out this beautiful facility. We have birthday parties. We have definitely multi-purpose rooms. There's even more rooms here. So we have in total 2 multi-purpose room, a program room, and a meeting room, all in this facility.
So that can be rented for various purposes. And somebody could rent the entire facility if they wanted to?
Yes, definitely. If you were hosting a celebration of some sort that you needed a bigger space, we have our beautiful lobby that can turn into an event space. And then we would have access to the swimming pool, also the double gymnasium, the Discovery branch, as well as the multi-purpose room. And of course, the second floor, you'll see later at another time, but in our gymnasium, we have a gorgeous walking track and an activity studio.
So the big question is, have you taken a swim yet?
I have not, but I am happy to say we had staff training in here, and the staff are thrilled to be at this pool and really loving the experience here.
And are you still looking for staff?
Of course, we're always looking for staff. With more staff, we can continue to grow, especially now that we have the 2 locations. We're really, the demand is there, so we're expanding. So anybody who is 15 years of age and there's definitely leadership programs courses that you can enter. So definitely go on to georgina.ca, and then you can look at the aquatics, and then there'll be leadership courses there that you can register for.
Good. Well, congratulations. It's so beautiful. I love all the natural light. It's wonderful, and I can't wait to see people in here using it, having fun, and learning how to swim.
Definitely. I just want to do a shout out and ask everybody, come on over to the MURC and make a splash.
We're going to take a short break, but please come back. Our next stop is going to be the double gymnasium. We're going to learn all about the various activities that can happen there. This is Building Georgina. We'll be right back. That's incredible. Welcome back. I've still got Patty White with me, but we've moved locations. We've moved into the beautiful, bright double gymnasium. So Patty, this is amazing. We've got the walking track above, we've got the double gymnasium here. Tell us, how does this function as a single gymnasium or as that double 2 gymnasiums?
Sure. We have a divider curtain in the center, so that divides it into the 2 courts. You can play, if it's divided, you can play basketball on each side. We also have 2 volleyball courts on each side. And then on each side, we also have pickleball and badminton courts.
Oh, I was going to say, you had to mention pickleball because that is so popular now. So how many pickleball courts can there be playing at the same time?
6 in total. So we would drop the curtain and we would have 3 courts on each side.
Okay, and now around the top of this double gymnasium is the walking track.
Yes.
It's 3 lanes, so tell us, how does that function. So if I'm there, I can pick a lane, any lane?
You can pick a lane. We have it that there, as you said, 3 lanes. So some people refer to it as walking, passing, and running, or you can do slow, passing, and fast. So however you want to word that, but there is 3 lanes with passing, so you can go slower or you can go and do that run.
So if I walk 1 lap around, how far is that?
So it ranges depending on which lane you're in. But it goes from a 138 to 140 meters, depending on which lane.
So if I want to do a kilometer, how many laps then do I have to do?
You are looking at about 7 to 8 laps
to do that
that 1 kilometer.
And I know in the corners of the walking track, we've got some fitness equipment. I know there's a lot of people that were concerned that we didn't have a fitness gym here at the MURC, but we do have some fitness equipment, and maybe explain how they can be used and when they're used, and how people can use the walking track in conjunction with them.
Definitely. We have 2 cycling bikes. So our full equipment, we have 5 pieces. So 2 cycling bikes, a Stairmaster, a rower, and then also a chin dip, which is you can do chin-ups and doing your core muscles. So the point about, as you said, we don't have a fitness center, but we have a great opportunity to do more of a circuit track. So if you can tailor your own fitness workout to the location. So you can do some walking, you can do some running, and at each location you can stop, do 10 minutes on the cycling bike, come back out, do some runs, stop, do some rowing. So really it depends on what you're looking for. We also have an activity studio.
Right, so what happens in there?
So the activity studio is a beautiful, it's 1 full wall of mirrors with a dance bar as well. So we have the flexibility of doing amazing different activities there. So you can do yoga programs, Zumba programs, we have stairs, we have balance ball, you name it, that type of cardio exercise we have, and they're registered programs, or you can do buy our fitness rec pass, and then you can do some drop-ins for those classes. But with the piece about building your own circuit, at certain times in the activity studio, you can go in there and we'll have little mini stations. So it could be a station for planks or sit-ups, or we do have
some hand
weights as well.
So you can sort of tailor it to what you want to do. Or there may be a set program that if you're looking for muscle conditioning, upper or lower body, here's some exercises you can do.
Exactly.
And then do the walking track and combine it that way. So when it comes to some of the other things that can happen here, so this can be rented for big activities or smaller activities. I see there's bleachers here, so
yes,
we can have competitions.
Yeah, lots of tournament play. So we have 2 courts for volleyball, and then we also have our Georgina gym. So for, say, if you know, a volleyball tournament wanted to be hosted here and they needed 3 courts, we could do 2 here as well as 1 in the Georgina gym. But we definitely have bleachers that are available for each side. But not only tournaments, you can do birthday parties. We have a lot of fun activities for birthday parties for renting that out. And of course, this will be our registered programs. Our pickleballs will be played here for a drop-in. And then of course, summer camps. So you can't forget about summer camps.
No, and it's a perfect space. And as I say, throughout this entire building, the amount of natural light is just amazing. The final thing on the ground floor here is the room that's sort of behind us here, the community room with the kitchen. And if you can explain how it can be used and function.
Definitely. We call it the multi-purpose room. So it's A and B. There is a divider that you can rent that room to have it enclose the kitchen. There's an island within the kitchen, refrigerator, dishwasher. It has all the amenities that you're looking for. It also has the different levels for accessibility, and we have a stovetop. So microwave at accessible level as well as microwave at higher up. But that room can be divided. It's got all of the AV basically plug and play. So we have a projector, so you can host meetings in there. We can run programming. We can change it into more of a sensory adapted room. We have blinds that we can make it a little darker, a little more quiet. So really, it really is a multi-purpose room. So it's unlimited what we can do in there.
And there's a set of washrooms along the hall there too that are gender specific.
Correct, gender specific, and then we also have an accessible washroom or family washroom with a baby change table in there. And what's unique about the gender specific washrooms is at the far end when you go in is a lockable space where you can actually have a shower or a change room. So if you are using the gym and don't want to go to the aquatic center, you could use that location. And then also we have a bank of lockers just outside the elevator that could also be used for this location.
Right, and so the second floor, as you just mentioned, is accessible both by the elevator and a set of stairs.
Correct.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for showing us around this beautiful facility. I've enjoyed touring it with you, and I know we're all so excited to see people when they're in here using the facility. So thank you very much for giving us the grand tour of the MURC.
Thank you for coming, and I hope to see everybody at the MURC.
Joining me now is Director of Community Services, Steve Lee Young. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, I guess I'm not really welcoming you to a facility that you've been very much a part of, and we're here in the lobby by the fireplace looking at all the natural light. It's just simply beautiful.
It's wonderfully designed with a lot of natural light, a lot of glass to really light up the space and really highlight our centerpiece here, the fireplace that's in the middle of this wonderful lobby that can act as a community hub.
Right, and I know when the architect Perks and Will were working with the community, there was a real desire from both the community and from the architects to incorporate the natural elements of Georgina. We're by the lake, we have many rural areas, we're in agricultural lands, and they really want to incorporate that feeling of being outdoors, but being indoors. And maybe you can explain how this fireplace sort of works into that whole theme.
Definitely, and it's definitely something that they were focusing in on. And as we said, the fireplace is meant as that centerpiece, that hub, like on a campsite. And part of that is then you'd have tents on your campsite to enjoy. So the fireplace being the centerpiece of that campsite, with all of our natural environment that's around us here in Georgina, we have 3 tents here in the design. The first one being our Discovery Branch as one tent, our gymnasium and walking track as our second tent, and then our aquatic center we have as well as our third tent here in our campsite.
And we've even incorporated the night sky in the ceiling above us and some stars.
Yes, it's a very nice sky setup that we have, and it does have at night, it illuminates in a way that we have the Big Dipper highlighted up top, and it really does pop and gives you some enjoyment that you can look up to like it's a natural sky. And
there is another space at the end of the lobby that can be opened up to be part of the lobby, but also can be closed off to be another space that can be rented out or used for other things. And it has a great setup as well.
Yeah, so the whole lobby is set up in a way that you could rent it for an event as well. And so part of that, as you noted, is we have a space at the end as well that is glassed off, and it's a sliding door that we can separate it out, and you can have your own dedicated space to rent out. It has a little kitchenette as well in there, and then it has full AV equipment as well with a drop-down screen and an LCD projector that you could rent out and have a course, have a meeting, have a gathering at the end of the hall as well if you'd like.
And there's a bit of an outdoor space outside of that area too.
There is. So that door leads you out to our outdoor auditorium as well. That's out there, and you could host all sorts of different events that activates that space as well, and it's all tiered seating that's out there as well, in a natural space with some green space as well.
And that's one thing about the whole facility. There's so much flexibility with it. You've got obviously dedicated space. You can't move the pool, you can't move a double gymnasium, but you can be very flexible in terms of the other spaces, the community spaces, the gathering spaces within either the Discovery Branch or the community rooms. So I think there's been a really good mixture of those spaces.
Correct. Most of the spaces are multi-use, multi-purpose, and which is really exciting to use. So as our community grows, as trends change in the programming area as well, and the needs diversify, we can be flexible with it. So a lot of our spaces, they could start out as a program that for one age group or one type of activity, and it can quickly be converted into an older age activity, or just a totally diverse and different type of programming as well. Right from the space we noted earlier to our other meeting room as well, that is also equipped with a big, large kitchen, as well as some more AV equipment that the room can be divided into.
Now, speaking of space, the MURC sits on a parkland that's 17 acres. I still think acres. And it only takes up about half. What's the plan for the remainder of the MURC property?
As we move through the development, we are going to go through a Rec and Parks master plan this year, and we're going to look at the space. We're going to look at different types of outdoor amenities that we do currently have in our inventory in the town, and as well as what we can do to develop that space. And again, as we do grow and we need new amenities, new trends, new different spaces, from outdoor play surfaces, courts, fields, we're going to look to add that in to our inventory on the space.
And certainly connecting the trails too, because there's a whole trail network through to the south end that goes up to the north end of Keswick. So trails, and I know people have asked me about outdoor ice rinks, more soccer pitches, baseball diamonds, pickleball courts, covered domes, you name it. There's the range of ideas that are out there, and we're looking for input later this year from the public on that.
Correct. All of those amenities you cited are definitely all ones that we will consider, and the community is excited to have here on the grounds. And we definitely will, through the process, we definitely will engage the community that way, and have their input, because we want to make sure that we're providing amenities and fields that everybody can enjoy.
Great. Well, congratulations on this facility. It's simply beautiful, and I know you and I both just can't wait to see people in here in the basketball courts, in the pool, using the walking track, using the Discovery Branch Library. It's just something, there is something here for everyone. So congratulations, and thank you for being part of this event and this facility. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
So I've been talking with Director of Community Services, Steve Lee Young. This is the end of our tour, but certainly not the end of the activities that are happening here at the MURC. I invite you all to come and check it out. It is open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. You can check out the programming through the town website, or drop in and talk to the staff at the service counter here. They're here to help you and tell you what programming is operating here and what programming is operating in our other facilities. So this has been Building Georgina here on Rogers TV, and I'm Mayor Margaret Quirk. Thank you for listening and watching.